What's up, guys? We're gonna start with a little mobility today. We're gonna start with a single leg forward fold. Bring that left foot straight out front. We'll bring this right foot into a butterfly pose. We're gonna start 1 minute of a forward fold towards that left foot, reaching both arms towards it. After that 1 minute there, we'll flip sides. Well, let's go and flip sides. Let's do that. Then right leg, same thing, forward fold, getting a good reach, stretching those hamstrings out. Try to keep that knee locked out that whole time. After that 1 minute on this side, now we're gonna fall into a forward fold towards our knee here. So we're shifting our torso that way. Try to keep that glute and that back hip on the ground as we're leaning this way. We get a good stretch there, 1 minute there. Then we'll go back to the opposite side and fall into this one too. So 1 minute there. After that 1 minute there, we're gonna go with saddle pose. So rock up, tucking our toes in the back, feet together. We're gonna go 1 minute in the saddle. You can start that way, nice and upright, and then fall back in that minute as you get a little more mobile through that minute. Okay, after that 1 minute saddle, we're going to a low lizard. We'll stretch that right leg forward, try to get our elbow to the ground as best we can here, and get our chest and kind of just reach for that back heel there. We'll go 1 minute on our right side, then flip, 1 minute on our left side. After that 1 minute on our left side, we'll finish up with our mobility for today. Have a good workout, guys.
All right, guys, good morning. It is an EMOM today. Every 2 minutes for 20 minutes, so 10 rounds. We're gonna do some work, and then with whatever time is left in that 2 minute window, we're gonna do push-ups. So what's it gonna look like? The 2 minute clock will start, 3, 2, 1, go. Spencer's gonna hold a 30-second stone chair right at parallel. I don't want him to turn this into a paleo squat. I don't want him to turn this into a quarter squat. He's right at parallel holding here. If we have to break this up, I'd rather see us scale this down to a time frame we can do unbroken. So 30 seconds, the goal is unbroken. If we can't, we'll scale that down to maybe 20 seconds. The next thing he'll do is 20 toe touches in a push-up position. So he's at the top of his push-up, he reaches back, opposite hand to opposite toe. The biggest thing is in between these reps, he comes back down to that plank position. He doesn't leave his butt up and just change, so now leave your butt up. I don't want this. I want to come back down to that push-up, and now we're doing it. So 20. Every time he touches his toes is 1. When he's finished with that, we're gonna do 10 split squats, 5 each leg. So he'll take a lunge step forward, and now he's gonna bring that back knee down to the ground. At the top, he's just gotta make sure his legs are straight. That's it. Okay, he's got 5. He'll switch sides. What we're looking for here is to make sure that knee stays behind the toe. If he stands back up, and you take a shorter step out, and you try and do these lunges, this is not what we're looking for these split squats, all right? The old orthopedist is closed, so do not do that, because you'll have knee surgery, but we won't be able to get you scheduled. Take a nice big step out. What's gonna happen is he's gonna finish that work and probably have somewhere between 30 and 40 seconds remaining. He'll do as many push-ups as he's comfortable with that will allow him to complete the 10 rounds. So just because he's got 35 seconds doesn't mean he should do a set of 40 push-ups and take up the entire 35 seconds, because as soon as that 2 minute window is up, he starts right back into that 30-second stone chair. And he continues this on and on for all 10 rounds, and our score is the number of push-ups completed. I think that you're gonna see somewhere between 4 and 12 push-ups that people are going to complete, and maybe there's some rounds where you don't complete any push-ups because you need that rest to recover before that next 2 minute window begins. So remember, it's 10 rounds, 20 minutes. Sometimes we like to overestimate our ability to recover. You're going to need more than 3 seconds at the end of this round to recover before I'm into that stone chair. If I do miss a round, take 2 minutes off and then jump right back in. Okay, our score again is total push-ups. Don't game this to where you do every other round and rest every other round. The goal is I want to complete all 10 rounds, whether I only do 1 or 2 push-ups a round or not, but the goal is I want to complete all 10 rounds. All right, guys, have fun with that one. Okay, it is mobility time. We are going to have a special guest come in the frame that this is favorite mobility. When he's asked what his favorite mobility exercise is, it is the paleo squat. And that person is Philip Lewis. This was not rehearsed. He has no idea. He's now cursing me. So, what Philip is going to do, we'd get into a group. This is much more fun with the group. Obviously, we've got our 6-foot distance, and we're going to squat down. When I squat down into this, I can put my feet as close together as I would like, but my heels have to stay down. So if you're somebody like Philip who's very mobile, he can bring his feet even closer. Yeah. And now, I don't really care where my elbows are, where my arms are. I like, in the beginning, just to kind of force my elbows out on my knees, give myself a little more room. But if you want to rest your arms on your knees, we're fine with that, okay? This is a 10-minute test. A 10-minute test. So we're gonna do all 10 minutes here.
All right.
We're not gonna do all 10 minutes here because it was gonna be a mutiny. Even Spencer's like, are we really gonna do that? But the goal is 10 minutes. We should be able to easily do this for 10 minutes. Now, if you don't believe me, make your kid come over here and sit down here, and he or she will sit down here all day long, no issues. We lost our ability to do this when we sat in a chair all day long. We don't get outside, we don't walk anywhere, we don't exercise. Everything we do is minimizing the amount of actual movement that we have throughout our day. And what that does is it causes really, really tight hips. So if this is something that's easy for you, hey, this will be the only time you'll have to do it. Most of you will not have that easy of a time with this. No matter what though, I gotta keep my heels down. You're gonna feel this. Where do you feel this, Philip?
On my left lung. Probably my ankles.
Most of you will feel this in your shins or ankles. Some of you might feel this in like your low back. It is a really safe movement, so don't use my shins being tight as I need to get up early. But if you can't do this for 10 minutes, see how long you can do it, keep track of it, and then maybe on a weekly basis you try and beat that number. We've already been here for how long?
About 3 minutes.
I bet you've almost been here for 3.5 minutes, so this will actually get easier once you get over the halfway mark. It's just your brain that kind of plays a trick on you. So the biggest thing, we're gonna leave Philip down here. I want Spencer to show, I want you really focus on when we get done with this, there's only one way I wanna get up. I wanna bring my hips up first. That takes the pressure off my knees and it makes it really safe, okay? If he has to, if he wants to break it up and come back down, he can. Sit right back down in it, okay? Again, if you can do this while you're watching TV or while you're reading something, it takes your mind off it. The biggest thing is, when we don't have something to stimulate our brain, it's very hard to sit somewhere and do something for 10 minutes. We all fall into that trap, so this is good all the way around, mentally and physically and for mobility. So, now we might just sit, I'm just kidding. All right, so hips come up first. Once you're done, open those hips up a little bit. You'll feel a little bit, some tightness in your low back. If you want to, just do a couple, cowboy kicks over here. Open those hips. All right, nothing crazy. I wouldn't do this before I train. I would do this after I'm done or on an off day, just because you're gonna create some range of motion that you're not used to having. So I wouldn't want to have Spencer go back squat now after he's hung out there for 10 minutes. Okay, the goal, 10 minutes. Let's see if we can get there.